안녕하세요. Today we're going to be learning some Korean with K-pop. We're going to be looking at Pretty Savage today by BlackPink, going through the words and just kind of explaining what some of the sentences mean in Korean. Of course, I'm not Korean, so there's a chance that what I say is incorrect, but what I say should be correct for the most part. If it's not, you can let me know down below in the comments. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to only be kind of explaining the things that I thought were really difficult in the song and something you couldn't just look up. So I'm not going to explain the meaning of every single word, though I will be saying the meaning of almost every word. I'm just not going to go through word by word explaining the meaning and the use. Okay, so in the first sentence here, we have 비슷한 것 같이. That's the first little bit. It says, basically it's saying, you think we're similar. This is assuming it's talking to someone else. It never, for me, it's hard to tell who the song is talking about or talking to or how any of this thing is. So, or how any of these are. So it's possible that it becomes the other word throughout this. I'm going to be using you a lot in the sentences when I think it's you. Use I when I think it's I. But there's a chance that those parts are wrong. Anyways, so 비슷한 것 같이, you think we're the same. And then the next thing, 우린 뼛속까지 따름. I look up, when I was making this, I looked up some translations for both the songs. And the translation it gave is we're different from the start. And that might be kind of what it means. I translate it more as we're different in every way possible. So we'll just take a look at this real quick. By the way, right here, the 우린, this nian down there is for 우리는. It's just kind of shortened down into 우린 because that's just how they do it sometimes. And then 뼛속, 뼈 is your bone, 속 is the inside, so down like to the inside of your bones, to the core, different to the core. 까지 따름, yeah, different to the core. Anyways, we'll go ahead look at the next part. 아이 창피하다가도 몽속 갈면 발음. So honestly, I can't figure out what I is supposed to be. I means kid in Korean, but that's not what it means here. I'm like 90% sure, 95% sure. It's not what it means there. I think it's just kind of like a thing to say, like almost like a sound, meaningless thing. There might be more meaning to it. I just couldn't find anything on it. This 하다가도, I learned about this just barely. It's saying even if. So 창피하다가도, even if I'm embarrassed. And then this next part, it's kind of a weird thing that I've never heard. The English version of the song says, I'm best on the stage. And the meaning I kind of got from this is 몽속하다 is to like lay out a mat or to prepare an area. It can be like a stage to perform on or to do other things on. I'm not actually sure the extent of what it can be. But so 몽속하면 발음. In this case, 빠르다 means like I can easily win against my opponent. So basically what it's saying is like if we prepare the stage, I'll beat you on it. I'll beat you on the stage. I'll outperform you, basically. So even if I'm embarrassed, I'll outperform you. I can beat you on stage. One of those meanings. Yeah, 명석하름 발음, that stuff right there. Forgot I had this open. Oh, we don't worry about the English. This word here, 아만, confused me. Basically, 아만 살쪄도 난 마름. It means no matter how much weight I gain, I'm skinny. I'll stay skinny. I'm still skinny no matter how much weight I gain. 아만 means no matter how much. It's the same as 아무리 from what I could find. So no matter how much weight I gain, right here is where it says weight I gain, I'm skinny. I'm a little confused why at this point it says this. It says 계산은 느려도 눈치는 빠름. Basically, I'm slow to calculate, but my awareness is sharp. 눈치 is your like awareness, how well you're able to pick up on things. My 눈치 is fast, my calculation is slow. Maybe it's your calculation slow, my awareness is fast. I don't know why they say, I don't know. This next one, both the translations say, that I looked at right here, at this next part, 인기를 논자면, which basically means 논자하다 is to like discuss. So 인기를 논자하면, if you say let's talk about popularity, if you ask me to discuss popularity, it says 안 해, I won't do it. But then 입만 아픔, my mouth, only my mouth hurts. And that's kind of what it says on both of, or on all the places I could find for the translation of the song, which just doesn't make sense. 입만 아픔 means everything about it has already been said. So from what I could find, that is what 입만 아픔 means. So like your mouth, not literally only my mouth will hurt, but no use in saying more about the subject. So yeah. 사득사득차름, right here. 사득사득차름. I don't know how to really say this in English. You cut it up. 사득사득 is the sound of cutting. Like imagine with scissors, you go 사득사득사득. Yeah, that's it. And then 자르다 is to cut. So cutting the boys. I'm not sure. Also, by the way, if you didn't know, this song uses it a lot. The mium in the bottom of all these words here just changes the verb into a noun. I think they're mainly doing it for the song purposes, but that's all it does. Okay. 우리 이름. Okay, this is another interesting one here. 우리 이름 틀린다면 뚜루뚜루 맞음. People always say, or the English translations I got for this one is, if you get our names wrong, doo-doo hit. Which is just funny to me. That just doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure, I mean, basically it says, we'll hit you with doo-doo, or as their song goes, hit you with that doo-doo. I'm pretty sure it's a direct reference to that right here. If it's not, then I have no idea what doo-doo would mean. Literally, I can't find any meaning on that. I'm pretty sure it's just a direct reference to the song. But that's what it means. We'll hit you with that doo-doo. We'll hit you with it, not doo-doo hit. I'm guessing they just ran it through not a calculator, translator. So here, I mean, right here they're basically just saying BlackPink. Specifically, 검은색 is black, and 분홍빛 is a pink light, so a black color, pink light. I don't know if that has any special meaning to it. Oh, this is something that we actually have to go back to the English beforehand, I think. So they use can't manage and then says this line here, which in the English translations I could find online for this song, it kind of missed the point, I feel, of this line. Basically, this line in English is saying, we'll do this difficult thing again, or you'll do this difficult thing again. Probably will do this difficult thing again. But the part that people left off is this. 해내다 means to manage. Like, I will manage to do this again. And I think that was just like a clever word play thing. But you kind of miss it in the English translation. So, 우린 예쁜장한 savage. We'll just talk about this. This is what initially started the idea for this video, is 예쁘장하다. What is 예쁘장하다 versus 예쁘다? Well, 예쁘장하다 and 예쁘다 are basically the same exact word. The only difference I could seem to find, and it wasn't very consistent, was 예쁘장하다 is kind of like a softer word. Someone gave an example of, I would say to my girlfriend, 예쁘다, like you're pretty. But if I'm talking about my girlfriend about her friends, I would call them 예쁘장해요, like they're pretty, but it's not like a flirtatious way. And I don't know if that's correct, but that's the only thing I could really find, is that it's less strong, but basically it's the same exact word. I think that they only use it here because it makes the song flow together better. You get 예쁘장한 savage versus 예쁜 savage. 예쁜 savage. I don't know. This part right here, we're starting it out with Pisitan, kind of going back to the very beginning, the first part as well. That's how it started, the first verse. Anyways, 비슷한 걸 가르쳤지만. So I chose similar clothes. You chose similar clothes as me. those two. Then 짜테부터 다름. Basically, it's saying they're different on me. They look different on me. That's what it says directly, but it kind of translates into they look better on me because they're kind of, I don't know, being savage. 거든요. So 자체는 though is talking specifically about a thing's shape, its appearance. So it's not only used about people, but it can be used about objects and other things like that. I don't know. I've never really seen it before though. This line is also incorrectly translated, I believe. In English, we have words for flavors of foods: bitter, sweet, sour, salty. Like, those are all different types of flavors in English, but those also can describe emotions. Someone can be bitter, someone can be salty, someone can be sweet, but that's not exactly a thing in Korean. I think it's there's similar things, similar words, but these translate it as, from what I could see online, they translate it and say, one of them said, if you're salty, do the carpeting. And I'm like, what? But if you're salty, then lay the carpet. I'm thinking this is more of, I think right here, 짠하다. I don't think it's saying salty, like describing a food. I think it's saying 짠해요, like the Korean slang. That means being like pitiful looking, being, yeah, I think that's the best way of describing it. So if you're pitiful and show up, so if you show up all pitiful, you can lay down the carpet. You can start by laying the carpet. So basically, yeah, they're being savage. This one also I found was incorrectly translated on the ones I could view. So black 했다, do black, do pink, doesn't really make too much sense. But 내 마음대로 바꿈. Someone said I can be a shapeshifter, and I just, what? No. So I can do black or pink depending on what I want. 마음대로 means as I wish, as you wish, but they're saying as I wish, right there, 네. So I can switch as I wish, I can switch how I want. I can do black, I can do pink, depending on what I want. This next sentence here, I don't understand what it's supposed to mean together. Like, it doesn't make sense in the song to me. But Korean just says, your jealousy is a problem, and then maybe I'm the problem? Okay, then we get to the bridge. So, 웃어주지만, we're giving smiles, we're smiling. 마냥, this is another word that was a little bit difficult to find, and I don't think the translations for the song that I viewed were correct about it. I mean, yeah, no, they're not wrong, I guess. So 마냥 means forever, like continuous, that type of thing. 마냥 약하진 않아. I will never become weak is essentially what that says. So 우지만 I smile, but I'll never be weak. We smile, we'll never be weak, but we'll never be weak. 비바람 볼수록 더 높이 날아. That's rainstorm. The more the storm blows, the higher you'll go. I'm guessing this says, I wish you would get higher depending when hard times come, I think is what it's trying to say. But I'm not here to understand the meanings of the songs. I'm just here to translate and explain the Korean. And then 원하면 보여줄게 attitude. If you want, I'll show you the attitude. 굳이 말 안 해도 다 알잖아. 굳이 말 안 해도. So 굳이 is like, obviously. Do I really have to? Like, do I really need to explain more? Isn't it obvious? That type of feel. 굳이 말 안 해도 다 알잖아. I don't need to tell you. You already know. I don't need to tell you. You already know. We're savage. Just look. We're savage. Blah, blah, blah. And that's the rest of the song. So, hopefully that helped. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did learn something new and want more content like this, please leave a comment down below. Maybe say a name of a song that you might want me to cover, review. If you have any questions about the song that I didn't explain, go ahead, write that down in the comments down below. I'll try to answer those too. Yeah, until next time. Bye!